Hi there. Hello. The rumours are true. My hair transplant is falling out. I have started to lose the hair that was implanted into my head. First of all, let's take a quick look at what it looks like right now. So if you look at it there, you can see that it is very patchy. There are a lot of hairs missing, and it just looks like it's quite uneven all over. What I would say is the hair at the very front still looks like it's there, so you can still see where my hairline is supposed to be. And yeah, this is an exciting stage, if not a little worrying for everyone who's getting a hair transplant. However, there are two things going on here that are perfectly natural, and the first one is this is simply a stage called shedding. Now, shedding is basically when your follicles after 2 weeks have been embedded into your head or into your scalp there, but what's happening is, I believe, that is they start to regenerate and start to embed themselves into their new home. All the hairs that are on top can basically die and fall out. Yes, I know hair is already dead, but that's just my way of kind of explaining it. But it's perfectly natural, and it's something that happens to pretty much everyone who gets a hair transplant. I was hoping that maybe I might be one of the very few, very small percentage that might actually be able to avoid this, but alas, it has started happening to me. So what will happen now is I am 3 weeks roughly removed from my hair transplant, and they will probably continue to fall out for the next month and a half or so, until I start seeing new hair growth, hopefully in the third month, which will be fantastic. So that is, I say, there are two natural things going on here. The first one is the shedding. The second one is the reaction. And if you are like me and you've had a hair transplant, you've gone through the shedding phase, you're going through it, or you're thinking about getting it done and you're thinking, I went and got all this hair, spent all this money on getting this hair put in, and now it's falling out again. I'm a little bit worried about that. Of course, that's perfectly natural, because if you're like me, you spent years worrying about losing your hair. It was something you were very conscious of, and then when it actually happens again, a lot of those feelings and insecurities can come back. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I see the person I was, or I see the hair that I had. It looks very similar to the hair that I had before the operation. And so, there's feelings of insecurity and lacking confidence, and also worry and anxiety that play in. That, has the hair transplant worked? Has it failed? I don't know. And that's perfectly natural. I mean, my initial reaction when it started was denial. I woke up one morning, probably around about day 17, day 18, felt my head, felt like it was a little bit less dense or uneven, particularly uneven in terms of length and stuff like that. Throughout the day, just thought to myself, do you know what, I'm just overthinking it. It's way too early in the process to be worrying about whether my hair transplants worked, 3 weeks in, when it's actually effectively a year before you will see sort of 90% of how successful it's going to be. So it was kind of crazy, so I put it to the back of my mind. However, that night, my girlfriend, she came home from work. We're sitting on the TV, we're sitting on the couch watching the TV, and she turns to me, looks at my head and says, yeah, your hair's falling out. And you're like, it's a little bit scary, but I just turned to her and said, well, do you know what, I thought that it was actually going that way. And yeah, it was a little bit, it's a little bit deflating. I think the reason behind that is, even if it was a very sort of short hair, it was like shaved head, I had kind of gotten used to that sort of having a nice prominent hairline for a couple of weeks, because the hair was kind of all even lengthwise. And then to sort of go back to what it was like before wasn't, the best. However, from now on, it looks like it's just a case of grin and bear it, let that fall out. Because what's going to come in, fingers crossed, is new, fresh, strong hair. I'm doing everything that I've been advised to do to give myself the best possible chance of that. So continue to, hopefully you continue to watch along and see the progress, and in the next video hopefully I'll have something a bit more positive to report, although I'd be surprised. It looks like we're going to go backwards for a few months before we start to go forwards, but either way, we're getting there. Thanks for watching.